program that is very student-centered. The emphasis is on putting students in a position where they can learn.
We want to know what students want to learn. We change our curricula to fit the students' needs. Our curriculum is student-centered.
The student needs to really be in charge of their own education, that education is at its peak when it is student-directed.
The students are what make the program.
Everything we do is done with the students in mind.
It doesn't matter how innovative the methods are or the teaching techniques, because if you don't have that great personal relationship with your students, learning doesn't happen.
ALP's approach is not to separate each of the language skills, reading, writing, listening, speaking. So we try to integrate them all together.
As you live a language, you are doing all components at once. They're learning a whole language, not just pieces of it. It makes for a more authentic language learning experience. Students do not have to buy one textbook.
We don't use generic one-size-fits-all learning materials. We use learning materials that are concentrated and focused on the students who we have in our program.
All of our materials are available digitally. All students bring either a laptop or a tablet to class. They don't have to pay for textbooks. They save a great deal of money. Digital materials allows us to be current, to create curricula and meet students' needs. We try to be on the cutting edge. We are one of the only intensive English programs in the state, maybe in the country, that is all digital.
The campus is your classroom is our new philosophy, because there's so many incredible spaces where students can learn.
We're not going to just sit in the classroom and learn about what it's like to study in the United States. We're actually going to do it.
In language learning, we've found that some of the best learning can happen outside of a traditional classroom. So the entire university can be a classroom.
It is a microcosm of every type of person, every type of culture that we have here in America.
Even though Ohio State has over 60,000 students, they still feel a sense of community.
It's really important to have themed units because we could just pull a list of vocab from the dictionary and study it, but we don't have much context for where that vocabulary comes from. So if we have these theme units, we have a theme across the different classes within ALP so that we don't just stay in our classroom and talk with our exact classmates, but instead we can engage with the greater program and the greater university around those concepts. Now, our first theme was leadership. What makes a leader? How does one become a leader? Is leadership something born, or is leadership a skill? We're
trying to teach everyone to be a leader, and if you can be a leader in your classroom and help your classmates learn, it's a wonderful result.
Our next unit was academia, in which we talked about academic life in the U.S.
We took a sign and we went to the Oval and asked passersby what being a Buckeye means to them. Some of my students were very hesitant and timid even, but after asking one or two students, my students realized how friendly this campus is. They realized how willing students are to participate in anything campus-wide. Most frequent answer we received was community. They learned how to gain confidence in asking a complete stranger a question.
Themed units allows us to have a common material in which we can engage with each other.
Why should they come to Ohio State? Because it's the best place in the world, that's why.
Students should definitely come to Ohio State because Ohio is the heart of America.
We have incredible students, and if we didn't, I wouldn't even be here.
We have so much to offer here, and we have a great community here at Ohio State, and we also have a great community around the world. We have 500,000 alumni of Ohio State around the world.
Anywhere in the world that you go, somebody from Ohio State is nearby.
We have a breadth of research and ingenuity and every field here on campus. So if you're really looking to pursue your academic goals, this is a great place to start, or maybe even stay for a while.
If I had to make a decision about where I wanted to go to college, I would want to go to a place where I could learn anything I wanted, where I could experience the world without leaving the campus. And that's truly something you can do at Ohio State University.
You should come to the American Language Program because you have a faculty that really cares about each and every student.
The students here have a tremendous school spirit and feeling of belongingness. We found that students who are more engaged and who feel the spirit don't just come to Ohio State to receive an education, but they come to Ohio State to become part of a family, and that's a family that they're members of for the rest of their lives.